Wait a minute. Did I say he's touring Indiana in this old beat-up vehicle? He's not using a couple multi-million-dollar buses built in Canada? Hey, I can try, okay? I can try. Our next speaker, first of all, I want to say I have been in the military. The day when I got into the military and went aboard my ship, I heard them talking about the Korean War, telling Korean War stories. The day I left the Navy, 1963, a buddy of mine on the ship had just been reassigned to a riverboat in this place called the Mekong Delta. Of course, at that time, I didn't know where that was. I pray to the Lord every day, thank you very much. I didn't have to get into that. Jim Bratten, who's our next speaker, is a veteran of the Vietnam conflict, having served in the United States Navy with Fighter Squadron VF 101. He has been a member of the Heritage Foundation since 1980 and dozens of other conservative organizations since. He has helped organize several tea parties around southwestern Indiana and western Kentucky. Those that they participated in a grassroots panel in the Americans for Prosperity 3rd Annual Restoring the American Dream Summit in October of 2009. He was honored for the AFP with the 4th annual event in Washington, D.C. in August 2010 with the award for the National Grassroots Activist of the Year 2010. Jim has served with the National Leadership Council of Tea Party Patriots as local coordinator since June of 2009 and was appointed Indiana State Coordinator for Tea Party Patriots in October that same year and spoke at the Tea Party Patriots rally in St. Louis, Missouri on September 12, 2010. He has accepted a position on the Board of Directors of Hoosier Patriots in January 2010 and writes weekly commentaries as editorial director for the Hoosier Patriots Monday Morning and Newswire, and that's an email that you can subscribe to, and I get it, it's super. Jim considers himself a patriot and supports the Founding Fathers' plan and vision for this country, originating the Declaration of Independence and administered by the United States Constitution. Let's all give a big hand for James Bratten.
Well, I want to thank you all. Thank Dave Risk and Laura Olson for inviting me here tonight. I always seem to speak at the same events Christy does. I'm not sure what that's all about, but Dave, if you're here, I haven't done nothing to do. First of all, I want to give my condolences to Owen County on the death of Brent Wood. I lost several of my buddies in Vietnam. I've lost some people I know in Afghanistan and Iraq, so it hits here. I'd also like to thank Jim Wallace for running. It's always a good thing, and that's why every time I see a petition that somebody shows me to put them on a ballot for a primary, I sign it. Because the more people you have in this country in the contest, the better the contest is. The problem we have, before I get into my address just briefly, is we don't have enough people in primaries. 85% of the primary elections in this country run unopposed. The incumbent has nobody else across from them on the primary ballot to run against. So when you get into the voting booth in the general election, you've got one person who was there a few months earlier, ran unopposed, and you're stuck with that person. So I urge those in this room and people you know, if you have any penchant for running for public office, doesn't matter what background you have. Jim comes from business, a lot of us do. I had 24 years at Chrysler Corporation, 37 years in the automotive industry total, parts and service mainly, running a department in Washington, D.C., which is a real treat for 5 years. You find out real quick that 1 out of every 6 people that lives around the District of Columbia is an attorney, and 1 out of every 10 works for some form of federal government, state or local. So if you have any penchant for running or anybody, we need good people that are conservatives, that believe in the Constitution, the founding documents to run, because I don't believe in having a politician's experience qualifying you for office. Common sense and I believe in God and the way this country was founded is far more important than that.